Got it. So basically, you try to take a shot and you miss. If I take a shot, I don't miss. I'm like a ninja waiting in the cup for just the right moment to blow your face off.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here to talk about Jamal Bryant. Responding to Monique's Pastor Holy Whore Binder, Trapper Keeper, 15-year-old schoolyard binder. He had his binder too. It was really funny because a lot of people were shocked and amazed and bewildered at his response. So, first of all, I want to say that everybody was asking where Jamal was. Everybody was asking where Jamal was. Everybody thought it was funny to ask Giselle, where's Jamal? Is he going to be sitting behind you? Yes, women who put value, like Giselle and Monique and Karen, in having a man by your side will ask you, where is your man, as a read, right? That's, well, where's your man? You can't keep a man. You know, that was Monique's words to to Giselle. Before we get into anything, go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the diva know you stopped by, and we'll get down in the comments. So Jamal got his binder and he came down to I think it was Clubhouse. The entire video has been posted on YouTube, so you can go see the entire video if you want to. Jamal said a few things. He basically defended himself. He defended himself. He defended why he wasn't on the Real Housewives of Potomac. Let's just first start off with this. I don't think anyone believed that Jamal and Giselle are in a relationship. Let's just start there. I don't believe that they are. I don't think anybody does. If you believe that Jamal and Giselle are in a relationship, then you're lost. That's all I could say. Because I think you just probably, there's no talking to you. There's no way that anybody believed that that was a real relationship. I think most of us believe that it was for a storyline, like Karen said, to keep your job. Jamal says you will never see him on the Housewives of Potomac again. You will never see him on the Housewives of Potomac again, because he felt like he was disrespected. And that's, you know, debatable. He was called a holy whore. He defended himself on whether or not he was married at the time or in a relationship at the time, the way that it was framed. Also, the receipts that Monique had, we have to understand that they were old. These are old receipts. Mind you, the reunion that we are watching was discussing incidents that happened in 2019, right? The fight happened in 2019. We're just seeing it this year and talking about it this year. The receipts that Monique came out with, like Candace said to Wendy, she's been waiting to use these. So she's been sitting on these things. And like they say, when things are happening between housewives, people will send rumors and tea and gossip to each of the housewives so that they could use as ammunition when they need it. And that's why Candace said that Monique had been waiting to use this. So Jamal makes it clear that he is speaking on something that's old. He's a single man, he said. He was not in a relationship at the time. So the woman that, the way that Monique is framing it, is making it seem like he was doing something out of order while he was with Giselle. he mentions he actually is speaking to everything that Monique had to say now, but he was being attacked as a way to attack Giselle, right? He was being attacked just like Chris Samuels probably feels he was being attacked, the paternity of his child. But let's also talk about, or let's just really deal with the facts here, that Monique and Giselle had issues. And we all can say that after Monique told Giselle she had 4 houses, we felt like Giselle wasn't going to like Monique. We felt like Giselle had an issue with Monique. And then through their history together, Monique accused Giselle of being jealous. Giselle has told Monique, you wouldn't have anything if it wasn't for your husband's money.
You don't have a home?
I have 4 homes. You don't act like you want to be here anyway.
So just leave. Without your husband and his bank account, you wouldn't be here.
I think you're jealous. And then I think things kind of calmed down.
And then you just...
So that read as she was jealous and she wants her life and all of this stuff. Then they get to, where were they? Cayman Islands, I believe, when Monique gave Giselle the big room next to hers and they sat down on the terrace and were eating breakfast and talking about the fact that Kendall was brought to the housewives.
I'm not innocent. I went along with it.
You
spearheaded, though.
That's spearheading. Charisse didn't do that. That was your event. You invited her.
Right.
The only reason I invited her is because I knew that Charisse would be fine with her being there. Okay, so you decided to take this person, Sherman's ex-wife, and invite her to your event. I think that you like to blame everybody else for the that you do. I'm not blaming anybody else. The reason why you backtracked is because you then realized how bad that makes you look. No, I didn't. Yeah. Was I shocked? No. Because I felt like that's typical Monique hater behavior.
Kendall was brought to the housewives, which was the ex-wife of a man that Giselle was dating, Sherman. And shortly after that, the relationship ended. So it was because of Monique's actions that someone was like, let's start a rumor about Chris's paternity. So if we look at the history on where the root of this started, of this war between the Samuels and clearly the Bryants now, is that Monique started it. She's brought this on herself with the desire to be included in the social scene of Potomac. Monique allowed Charisse to put a battery in her back and bring Kendall around. So while you were yet again displaying that your brain is weak and feeble-minded and you can be either triggered by words or encouraged to do something as foul as bring the ex-wife of a current housewife's partner onto the show and not expect anything to happen to you, right? And we keep seeing this thing where Monique and Chris and whoever else are allowed to do these things, but when people respond, now all of a sudden Jamal is a pastor and he shouldn't respond. That's a human being. That is a human being, and that's the problem that you guys have. People who place behaviors based on a person's title and forget that they're human. See, that's why you guys have a problem with Jamal, because as I tell it as a joke, you're a pastor. I tell John Gray, you're a pastor. You're supposed to model restraint and self-discipline and self-control. That is the expectation. And when you're out here doing things outside of your marriage, or you are producing babies with everybody in the front pew, everybody's going to look at you and say, hey, you know what? You're not supposed to be doing stuff like this. Aren't you supposed to lead by example and be the example? But then we forget the human being. We forget the human behind the title, right? And I agree with Jamal. He was single at the time. If he's dealing with this woman, that's their issue. He said it didn't work out or whatever.
It has been a gross misrepresentation.
Okay, so he's defending himself against not showing up for the photo shoot. We all had something to say about him showing up for the photo shoot. And I said he was defending Giselle, but the way that Giselle was attacked with the absence of a man, in a way that it's like, well, you don't have your man sitting behind you And here comes the man that you guys are saying she doesn't have. And here he is, responding to attacks on his character. And I don't know why anybody expects for him to turn the other cheek. I'm glad he's petty. I'm glad he's petty. I'm glad he's with the shits. I'm glad he is, because otherwise you would have had a couple, the Samuels, sitting there saying all these things about this person, and you expect this person not to defend themselves when in fact Monique's actions are in defense of her family, aren't they? She responded to Giselle in defense of her family because Gigi, as Jamal said, started the rumor. So your anger is misguided and misdirected. And he was absolutely right about that. And that's the reason why you beat up Candace, because she's the easy target. You know Giselle is not an easy target, but you decided to come for her at the reunion. And I can't believe that anybody is not expecting him to respond. He reminded us that he is from Baltimore. He let us know that he had their address. He also talked about Chris possibly having CTE, which we know what CTE is, and we know the side effects and the effects of CTE and what happens, unfortunately, to football players as a result of their time in the NFL. We've seen it over and over again. We've seen it. And we know that it's very serious. And Chris had to be handled by security as he approached Robin and Giselle. Now, I guess when it's okay, a man is okay to approach, when you don't like the woman, it's okay for a man to approach a woman. But if you felt in alignment with her, then, oh my God, men shouldn't be approaching women. Oh my God, that's a man. You shouldn't have approached Giselle and Robin. But because you're defending in your plight to defend Monique, you are going to be okay with Chris approaching women, a big football player, big boy, right? Approaching women in anger and in what? Aggression, in an aggressive way. I'm sure Monique understands the definition now when we apply it to her husband and how he was approaching Giselle and Robin, and Andy had to tell him to sit down. The same way Andy's words were so poignant to tell Candace that she's a disaster on Twitter, I don't think it's, I would think that something was wrong with your boss, telling your husband, sit down. He had his binder too, baby. Jamal had his binder ready. He had his notes ready. I don't know why anybody, one thing I will have to give pastors, some of them have the part of their anointing is their gift of speaking, and is their gift of putting words together that resonate with people and make people feel a certain way. So pastors, and we could see, they have a way with words, right? They have charisma. Like I said, they could move people into action. The right pastor can. So this idea that Jamal was just supposed to be quiet and allow these things to be said about him without defending himself, without speaking up for his children, without speaking up regarding Giselle, I felt that was in defense of Giselle, because you are attacking Giselle by attacking her family, her children's father. So yeah, he is protecting I think he is protecting Giselle. Whether he mentioned her or not, you are using me as a way to attack her. So I'm going to come out and defend myself so that you can understand, bitch, don't play with me. I have your address. And it was only Grace who my silly ass thought he was talking about one of their kids, because you know I can never get their damn names right. Adore, Charity, and Angel. What's their names? But I thought Grace was one of the children. I was like, Grace told him not to go to the to the Samuels house. No, oh, Grace, the same Grace y'all give Ashley's raggedy ass, that's the same Grace he's talking about. He said he had his binder. I love it. He said, what did Jamal say? You don't have no receipts if you don't have the cash register. What did he say? And it's so funny because the messiness of it all, I just fucking love it. I love it. I love it. He said that Chris just got into an altercation at Down to the Safeway, verbal assault on a woman because he has a degenerative disease. And I mean, I don't know what to say. He's defending himself. I don't know. You guys want to apply this godlike behavior to a human being right now in this moment. But you also have to understand this is a man who cheated on his wife, has a bunch of babies all around town, is probably still screwing people in the church. He said he doesn't have any issues in his church, but apparently he left Baltimore because he was the freak of the week. Okay, so again, he's being a human being, and we're saying that, oh my God, he's supposed to act a certain way because he's a pastor. When pastors, we have seen, history proves they don't act any different than you. And I think that's where we got to get out of. Like, I don't think he's not within his right to defend himself against things that somebody is saying about him on a public platform. The same way Monique is defending herself against allegations that she allowed the trainer to stick his penis in her and then also produce a child. She's defending herself, right? So why can't, I don't understand how you understand how she could defend herself, but no one understands how he could defend himself. That's wild to me. I don't even care about what he said about Giselle's father. I don't care what he said about the daughters. I just think that that's a man defending himself. I think people are upset because he's actually defending himself, and then they are using his past behaviors, like with Candace. They are using his past behaviors to justify the reason why he's being attacked, right? Or the reason why he's capable of doing these things. That's the same thing y'all doing with Candace. You are applying the way that Candace behaves with Ashley as a reason to why Monique beat her up, because she was being reckless, right? And now, and what Monique did was defend herself, right? I have remorse for something, but I'm not sorry for defending myself when I feel I need to. Isn't that what she said? I am not sorry for defending myself when I need to. So let's apply exactly what she said to Jamal Bryant. I do not feel sorry for defending myself when I need to. And unfortunately, we saw Giselle didn't have the words to defend herself. She sat there plotting with her Scorpio Jupiter. She is going to stay on Monique's ass. Trust and believe. When she was sitting there staring at her, you trust and believe this shit is not over. It is not over. He says you were redirecting attention because the fact of the matter is you were sleeping with your trainer. That's the rumor. And that rumor started with who? Gigi. So instead of directing your attention towards Giselle, who was going to bring the shit on the show, bitch, and I think everybody has been saying that your anger is misdirected to Giselle. Your anger is misdirected to Candace. Your anger should be directed towards your homegirl, Gigi, who started the rumor, who was doing interviews, who sent the story to I don't know how many people. Baby, he had his binder ready. I don't know why Monique can have her binder, her trapper keeper ready, and this nigga can't have his trapper keeper ready. I don't understand this. I just don't understand what y'all expect for these people to do. We're fighting, right? If everything that Monique did to Candace was okay, then everything he's doing is okay. Because now the boundaries have been drawn. The boundary is we can result to physical violence when we get into it with Monique, because she has broke that boundary. So now we can't respond with words to her. You picked the right person. You picked the pastor. You picked the right person. You thought it was funny. Pastor Holy Whore is funny. You got your little things together, your little reads together, your shady comments together. You got all that together. And now when he responds, where is Jamal? Is Jamal coming? No, he's going to make a video a couple of days after this airs to get your ass together. That's what he's going to do. We're going to wait. We're going to wait. We're going to lay in wait. And like Giselle says, I'm like a ninja and I'm sitting in the cut ready to blow your face off. Even though ninjas don't have guns. See, that's where she just gets me every time. It's like, girl, okay. She should have said slice. Slice your face off with a katana. Okay? Shit. Bitch, he said the teammates contacted him. They're concerned because you have CTE and you have displayed behavior that could be deemed dangerous. And just last week or a few weeks ago, you were down to the Safeway yelling at a woman. Is that true? I hope the pastor isn't down to the TV lying. Is that true? I'm trying to understand. So all of what I'm saying is in love because I've contacted your pastor. I've contacted your pastor, so all of what I'm saying is in love. The pastor that said on TV and told you that you need to stop fighting, and that when you were sleeping in your truck before you met Chris, that you was fighting to be accepted, fighting to be in this circle, fighting so hard to be in this circle that you allowed Sharice to put a battery in your back and you brought Kendall to the show. Monique, you brought all of this on yourself, sweetie. You brought all of this on yourself. Now you have Candace as an enemy. You have Giselle as an enemy. You have Robin looking at you crazy. Wendy is not going to fuck with you at all. And whether y'all like it or not, Wendy can come to a show and not get to know Monique and decide that she doesn't want to get to know Monique because she puts her hands on people. She can make that decision right there. There are some people living in this world who physical violence against anyone is not tolerated at all. And because of that, Wendy has every right not to like Monique based on her behavior. She doesn't have to get to know Monique. She could look at Monique and see how she operates and decides that's not a bitch I want to be cool with. So all the people who have problems with Wendy not liking Monique and she didn't get to know Monique and she's only going off of what Candace said, she don't have to go on what Candace said. She could look at Monique and tell that something is wrong with her when you create a binder for a binder with a fucking tab for every single cast member, including the bitches who have collateral on. Ashley and Karen, I think I saw their names in there. Those are your only two allies, girl. And you have a thing for them? That's beautiful. Y'all wanted to know where Jamal was, and here he is. He's right here. Hey, I'm down here with my binder. Y'all said he didn't defend her. I think he did defend her. He defended her by defending himself. He defended her by defending himself. You asked where Jamal was as a way to show that she's unworthy. She already has that in her mind. Giselle already has that. Her worthiness is dependent on whether she's partnered with a man. And other women encourage that. And other women feed into that bullshit. That's why y'all thought it was funny when, where's Jamal? Where's Jamal? Is Jamal going to be here? That's what I thought. Oh, but he's down to YouTube making videos and down to Clubhouse. Now all of a sudden it's, oh my God, the pastor is speaking. The pastor is responding. What the fuck did you expect for him to do? He reminded y'all, I'm not from Atlanta. I might live in Atlanta, but I'm from Baltimore. I'm just letting y'all know. And only it was by the grace of God that I didn't come to your goddamn house. Hello? Y'all ready to pass this collection plate around? I don't understand this. Giselle was supposed to sit there and be by herself and have nobody defend her. He did defend her by defending himself. They're a couple, right? Hello? Isn't that the reason why Chris got up out of his chair? Right? Okay. Was that to defend himself or defend his family? Hello? Monique brought Kendall to the show. That was the first move that started all this stuff. It was shady, right? The Four Houses comment and being jealous. But now you bring in this woman, women who look to men to bring value to them. She has a man. You brought his ex-wife to the show, and now that man is gone. She's going to have a problem with you. She's going to have a problem with you. And guess what she's going to do? Y'all want to start a rumor? Gigi's out here talking shit. You want to mention it on the show so we can be part of the storyline? And that's the reason why Monique went down to Bravo to say, they're trying to start this rumor about me and it cannot come out that I'm screwing my trainer. Allegedly. I've seen them. I've seen the trainer. I don't care what his title is. I don't care if he's a pastor. I don't care if he's a football player. I don't give a damn. He has a right to defend himself. I don't care. And the crazy part is, I don't give a fuck about Jamal Bryant. I think he's disgusting. I think he's a dog. He's not as bad as John Gray, because the truth of the matter is Jamal Bryant is single. He is single. I don't think anybody believes that Giselle, like I started the video off saying that, right? I don't think anybody believes that Giselle and Jamal are in a relationship, but we're acting like they're in a relationship. And this is a man defending his family. He's talking about his children. He's talking about his father-in-law. But he's also explaining that the woman that you guys are talking about, that was a year ago, before a year ago. This is OT. So he didn't mention the part about this is fake and this is for reality TV, but he doesn't have to mention that because I think we all agree that the shit is fake. Okay? Baby, he took me out when he said, baby, it took me out when he said, you can't bring me the receipts if I got the cash register. You picked the right person. I'm sorry, you picked the right person. You know, pastors are entertaining. They have a way with words. And, you know, church people are the messiest, the nicest, and the nastiest people you can come in contact with. I know you guys have been in church and sat in the pew and heard the pastor talk his way around something that's happening in the church. Messy. Oh, he's gossiping. He's not gossiping. He's not gossiping. He's responding to allegations that attack his character. No matter how trash he is, he has a right to do that. Doesn't he? Or if because he's a pastor, he's supposed to turn the other cheek. And we're supposed to forget that humans respond when they're backed into a wall. I'm really interested in seeing how Monique and Chris are going to respond, especially to the allegations that he was down at the supermarket hollering at somebody. I hope somebody has that on video. What else did Jamal say? Jamal said he was that they tried to send the story to 25 bloggers. Jamal has had people's YouTube videos taken down who alleged that he was doing something in the church that he wasn't supposed to do. So their videos have been removed. Several YouTubers with large platforms have had to remove Jamal Bryant videos or videos on Jamal Bryant. So whether you like it or not, I think we are fully aware that a pastor's words can move people into action. And I think it was silly of Monique to take it there, although it was great TV and although we loved it. We loved it because Giselle's a bitch and Giselle deserves it, and Giselle deserved every bit of that shit because she's been starting shit for a long time. But this thing between her and Monique, it's going to keep going. If Monique comes back, it's going to continue. It's going to continue, and it's going to get ugly because I said on Twitter the other day, she's a Virgo, and I don't know if anyone has ever had a Virgo as an enemy. It's worse than a Scorpio. I promise you it's worse than a Scorpio. And I asked the people in the community, and I thought, if Giselle has Scorpio in her chart, and if it's in Jupiter, it's a wrap. But Giselle, her chart, baby, wait. Jupiter is of order, right? Law, and her Scorpio sits there. And you know how Scorpios operate. Like Candy Bird said, they got that get back. But she has a Virgo sun. And I don't know if you've ever had a Virgo as an enemy. That's not a place you want to be. It just really isn't. And it really isn't a place that you want to be. Also, Giselle's Lilith. And Lilith is a beast. I don't know if you ever heard of Lilith. Go look it up. It's also in Virgo. Monique is not going to hear the last of the Bryants. Trust and believe. That's all I have to say. I think that's all I got to say, y'all. Anything else? Am I missing anything else? Let me see. Dude, Jamal is messy. You picked the right one. You picked the right one. Pastor Jamal Petty. He got down here. He had been doing his bindering. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.